Hi, folks. It's me, Christiana Gaudet. Today's date is July 22nd, and it's about 2 o'clock, so we got a lot of twos going on there. Of course, the year is 2019. I am here with your 3-card weekly reading for the week. That'll be for the week of July 22nd today, going through Sunday, July 28th. Before I get started, let me just share a couple things. I just got back from my July Tampa Tarot Tour. We had an awesome time, thanks to everyone who had readings, and thanks to the 19 people who came out for our meetup at Panera in Lutz. It was great to see all of you. I will be back in September, and I hope to see you again. I see Mark here. I see Neil here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for saying hello. I see Heather. So glad that you're here. And if you're watching an archive on YouTube or here on Facebook, I appreciate you too. Hey, Marion, glad you're here. Okay, so before I get started, let me do a couple of shameless self-promotion things. This coming Wednesday, July 24th, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, that's New York time, or Miami time, probably is better for me to say because I'm here in Florida, we will have Global Tarot Circle right here. Just look for the live stream. Bring your cards if you yourself are a reader. Bring your questions. We spend the first half hour doing readings for each other, and then we do some tarot workshop stuff in the second half hour. Hey, Catherine, glad to see you, and it was so great to see you yesterday in the Tampa area. So come to Global Tarot Circle, wherever in the world you might be. We would love to see you right here, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Wednesday the 24th. Now, for those of you who are in the area, the next day, the 25th, Thursday, I'll be teaching at Dream Angels in Tequesta. Bring your pendulums, bring your tarot decks, bring your oracle cards. Hey, Mickey, good to see you. Our class is going to be about psychic development. We're going to work with a lot of tools. We're going to do some psychic development exercises. It'll be a lot of fun. You can sign up on the Dream Angels website. I'll look forward to seeing you there for those of you who are local. One more thing. Did you happen to get your issue of the Cartomancer? It's here. This is the spring edition. Okay, it's a little late. We know Arwen had some issues, but she got it out. And guess whose article is on the cover? That's me, Sage or Outrage. It's all about how to not bring your personal opinion to the tarot table. Okay, so get your copy of the Cartomancer and let me know what you think of my article. There's a lot of other great articles in there as well. Okay, here we go. So this week I am working with the Smith-Waite Tarot deck, the Centennial Edition. It comes in this cute little tin. This is a U.S. Games deck. And you know what? These tins are game changers. First of all, the decks are small. They fit in your hands. I love that. And, you know, all of my tarot life, which is like more than 25 years, I've been telling my students, don't keep your deck in the box that it came in. Keep it in a special pouch or box. Hey, Kimberly Essex, glad you're here. And, well, these are game changers because why wouldn't you keep your deck in these handy-dandy tins? So I have quite a few of these U.S. Games decks, including this one, for sale on my website, along with my books, Tarot Tour Guide and Fortune Stellar. So just go to my website, christianagaudet.com, go to the catalog. If you're looking for a new tarot deck, buy it from me. All right, here we go. Let me get shuffled. I do not pre-pull these cards. We're doing this on the fly. I'm seeing it, you're seeing it, all at the same time. These are 3 cards for our week. What energies are going to be available to us this week? What might we see happening this week? What should we be aware of? Of course, if this reading resonates for you, take it as a reading for you. And of course, if you want a more in-depth personal reading, you can reach out to me. I'm available here in my Palm City office all week. And of course, I am available by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, anywhere in the world. All right. What is our first card? Oh, ouch. Okay. First card, sorry guys, 10 of Swords. You know, that is one of the cards. When you see it, what's the first thing you say? Ouch. Well, my friend Mary Ellen Collins, who is my co-teacher at Dream Angels, what she says about this card is really great. She says, stick a fork in me, I'm done. And so when this card comes up, okay, you can react to it, but don't take it as something too terribly heavy. This is asking you to think about, what are you all done with? What are you all set with? So Catherine says this card is stalking her. The thing to remember, in the language of tarot, the swords represent your thoughts. They could represent someone else's unkind words or the unkind words that you say to yourself. Ooh, Neil, it's stalking Neil as well. So now this card is stalking a bunch of us. So remember that Mercury is in retrograde, and so we have to be very careful about our sensitivity to things, especially right now. It's Mercury retrograde in Leo and Cancer. And Cancer will make us very sensitive. So are we overly sensitive to other people's words? The other thing about Mercury retrograde is we can get our communications mixed up very easily. So make sure when you speak as clearly as possible. And when you're listening to someone else, give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you thought they said something hurtful, and maybe that's not what they said at all. So be careful with your communication. Be careful with your thoughts. Hey, Amy Mauser, so nice to see you. Recognize that there may be some difficult energy flying around this week. Be careful about it. Don't let it lay you low. And think about, what are you just all done with that you can be done with and let go of? Let's see what comes next. Perhaps, excuse me, perhaps the next two cards will lighten this message a little bit. And so this is interesting. Now we have, and this is another card about communication. So communication is going to be very important this week. We have the Knight of Cups reversed. So not only are we likely to be feeling a little laid low by thoughts and words, we may also be feeling a little shy, like we don't know how to express our hearts. Maybe there is something you need to say to someone you care about, to someone you love. Maybe it's about drawing a boundary. Maybe it's about expressing your feelings. And maybe you're afraid to say it. Maybe you just don't know how to say it. So this card could say, okay, just sit with it until you're ready. And with this card as well, you want to be very, very careful. But sometimes, man, when I see the Knight of Cups reversed, I just want to say, just speak your heart and don't be afraid. Or at least be clear about what's in your heart. And Neil says, well, it can be about hurt, either hurt that is happening to you that you don't know how to express, hurt that you don't want to inflict on other people, but how do you deal with it? How do you deal with the hurt that's in your heart? And it may be that this week, a lot of us are dealing with hurt in our hearts. Maybe this is stuff that is going on right now for you. Maybe it's stuff from the past that you're still dealing with. So this might be a week to be extra special kind to yourself, as well as careful about your communication. So the final card here is hopeful and helpful. We have the Ace of Cups. Remember, no matter how much hurt you are dealing with, there is an infinite supply of love in the universe. It may not always feel that way. But remember that even if there are people that are hurting you, even if there are people that can't be present for you, there are people who love you. There are people that you love. And remember that we are all children of some sort of divine power, however you see that, whatever that means to you. And that love is an abundant energy on the planet. And this can speak to, actually, it goes back to speaking about my article in the Cartomancer, actually, where we talk about how polarized we all are. And it's not just here in the US, it's everywhere. There are so many unkind words. We are so divided on the things we think and feel right now. And some of those things are important things that we need to discuss, but we are not always discussing them in ways that are respectful. We are using personal insults with each other rather than discussing ideas in a civil way. This card, the Ace of Cups, reminds us to bring love to the table, no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, and reminds us that we are loved. So, it might be a little bit of a tough week. It's certainly off to a tough start for a lot of us. If you're going through a tough time, it might be a great time to have a tarot reading. Please do reach out. But let's look at the lesson of these cards and remember that if you're reading for yourself or if someone's reading for you and you get some difficult cards, that's not a bad thing because it's an opportunity for healing. And now when we look at these three cards, the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Cups reversed, and the Ace of Cups, we think about an opportunity to communicate. Look at what Neil says, try so hard, love will get us through. Damn straight, love will get us through. And that reminds me of like an 80s song, a bunch of 80s songs, actually, from a lot of hair metal bands that I love. So, yeah, pay attention to the love, communicate with love, communicate from your heart, not your hurt. And if you're in pain, find a way to deal with it. Find the people who love you, speak with them, be gentle to yourself, be kind to yourself. That's what we got to do this week. And Mickey, my astrologer friend, says, there's a lot of retrogrades right now. It's not just Mercury. There's a bunch. So be aware of all of that. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with others. And come to Global Tarot Circle this Wednesday, again, July 24th, right here on my business page on Facebook. That's Christiana Gaudet. And remember that every Wednesday I do a free newsletter. You can sign up for that on my website, christianagaudet.com, right where you can get copies of my books. And also I've got a great selection of tarot cards there for you as well. And Mickey reminds us it's 6 darn planets in retrograde right now. So that is a really good time to sort of reflect, review, and look to the past to find healing from the past. And that can be a painful process, but a necessary one and a good one to do this week. I will be back next Monday with a new reading for you. And I thank you all so much for being here. Try to have a great week, everyone. Be good.